So, welcome back again. And so, welcome back again. In this section, we will start in discussing some of the key security principles. And we will start first by identifying or defining what is the objective of security. So basically, when we ask anyone to define what is a security, so security refer to protection from different threats, including unauthorized access, disclosure, alteration, or destruction. The goal of security is to maintain three objectives. First one is to maintain the confidentiality of information. Second one is to maintain the integrity of the information. And third one is to maintain the availability of the information. With having all of these functions or all of this protection together, we can assure the level of security. We can achieve what is known as security assurance. And when we look to what could be the threats that could impact the confidentiality, it could be unauthorized access to the system or disclosing sensitive information. This could impact the confidentiality. Confidentiality is about keeping the secret, keeping the data accessible only by authorized individuals. While integrity refers to keeping data accurate. When we talk about integrity, we talk about risks that could be related to data alteration, data destruction, or having some kind of misuse or abuse with data. All of these are some of the integrity risk. And in our security, or when we design security solutions or controls, we need to consider as well the controls that may protect data integrity. For example, in databases, we might consider the concurrency controls, which can provide sort of assurance that when someone is trying to deal with, let's say, a portion of data inside database, there will be a kind of lock or a kind of isolation between different transactions. So we will make sure no transaction will overwrite the other, for example. So this is the integrity aspect, and using security controls, we can achieve the integrity in multiple ways. One of the techniques, of course, is the digital signature, which is about ensuring or, let's say, validating the communicators in a communication process, like validating myself to you and you validating yourself to me. So we are achieving here the validation and the integrity of the communication. We can rest assured that you are communicating with the right individual. For availability, we might not talk about some security or cybersecurity related uh, threats only, but the risk of having a power disruption. In that case, we might consider different availability domains or availability zones inside our data center. The risk of single point of failure, so we might consider clustering or having some sort of high availability setup, active standby, or redundancy. So the objective of security is to achieve the CIA triad, achieve the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So in basic term, confidentiality is about authorizing the authorized subject only to view the data, while integrity is to make sure that systems are protected against the unauthorized modification or destruction, and no unauthorized change can happen, although or unless this change is authorized, and no one can deny what he applied on the system, and the business can validate the authenticity of the data at any point of time. This is about what do we mean by integrity. And regarding availability, availability refer to that data or systems are accessible anytime to the authorized individuals or people who should access the systems. So confidentiality, integrity, and availability, or by having CIA triad, or by having these three objectives met, you can guarantee the security assurance and the overall trust in your digital system. And when you have data secure and when you have security assurance, you can guarantee the authenticity of the data that is being processed by the system. There is another definition that we can add also to the CIA concept, and also refer to one of the security objectives or one of the results of having this security assurance is the concept of non-repudiation. Non-repudiation is something referred to no one will be able to deny what he did or she did on a system. If I send you an email, Using the non-repudiation concept, system should be able to establish like a trail that me is the one who sent you this email. So I cannot later on deny that I sent you this email. How this can be achieved? It can be achieved by the integrity part, by having something like the digital signature. And digital signature, in a nutshell, is something like, let's say, a trail or a fingerprint that I'm leaving in the message that will point this message back to me. Or using the digital signature information, I can totally assure that, or I can totally confirm that this one is the one who sent this message. Because this message contains piece of information, and this information cannot be provided by anyone but this one. This is the concept of digital signature. And digital signature support the non-repudiation concept. Non-repudiation refer to what? Refer to that when something happened, the subject who did this action cannot later on deny that he did or he committed this action. How it can be assured? By having trails or by having audit trails. So using these audit trails or using the digital signature, as we mentioned, this subject cannot later on deny what he or she did on the system. So on the opposite of CIA Triad, we have another model or another objective of hacker. So CIA Triad usually refer to the objective of security operation or security team. Security team need to make sure confidentiality, integrity, and availability goals are met. While hackers or threat actors or malicious people or malicious hackers are having a different goal, and this goal is the disclosure of confidential information, alteration of data managed by the organization, and denial of service. So, in a nutshell, that represents the hacker motivation, the hacker motive and goals, while CIA Triad represents the information security motive, how we can secure our information and keep it safe.